All right. If you are seeing this, um, after I finish sharing this little thought, I wanted to, you know, let you guys know that this video was directly recorded after the last journal that I uploaded. Um, at this point, I'm not looking to. I think I'm getting over the fact of recording or trying to write things down and make it perfect because if these are journals, they're supposed to be to heart. To be frank with you, if anybody besides my people see this, hello. My name is Daniel Davis Kabangu. Maybe y'all know me as Keg. Most people can't pronounce my last name, so just call me Keg. If anything, that's where that originated from when I was 13 years old. Shout out to the FGC, fighting game community, for those of you who don't know. But it's been a while since I played fighting games, I'm not gonna lie. Let's get to the point though. I was badgering myself earlier when I was going through a thought process of how I could hold myself more accountable. Once again, shout outs to Purpose Driven Men. Shout outs to Malik. I feel like watching those videos has helped me reflect a little bit more. And instead of watching them passively, I would say I was watching them passively before. I think I was definitely hearing the words he said because I've uploaded a video prior to both of these videos where I was inspired by his words and his thoughts and ideas. However, I would say that I've been verbally responding more frequently to what he's saying because I've been really considering the choices I've been making and what it does for me. I remember talking to myself about this just now. I was like, look, I feel as if despite, because let me start off with this notion. In my whole life, ever, there have been only two women that I've ever known of in my life that have, when I've interacted with them, made me feel like I've gotten closer to God. Those two people definitely made me feel a different type of responsibility that not only it didn't feel like a pressure, but it felt like a honorable duty, something that I was proud to do, made me happy. Those two people are also close to God. They're also believers. And I told myself, with one of those people that I really, truly, deeply care about, we do check in on each other here and there. Something that clicked in my mind is that instead of setting goals to create a family unit with this individual, instead of fantasizing about what could potentially happen with this individual, which there's nothing wrong with that at all. How about you start setting goals not with the person in mind, but you start setting goals with the idea of the person in mind. Now, I know we always say not to fantasize about the idea of the person, but I'm sort of abstracting above using their face or their name. Something higher than that. So instead of it being Betty, or me thinking about what me and Betty will do, I want to think about what makes Betty a good person to me. Take those concepts, and attribute it to the avatar that I'm looking for. Take concepts from Janissa and, add the concepts from her that really make me admire her as a woman, right? And take both of those concepts combined and be like, if this was a woman that you had to take care of and was more than happy to be in your partnership, would you feel ready as a young man to take the role or grab hold of that mantle? Now, knowing me, I believe that you should say yes and figure out how to do everything else later. However, we're not going to deny that granted courage is really important, is a great trait. Preparation also supports your levels of courage, your levels of courageousness, your bravery. Honestly, I'm gonna make a nerd reference. That's probably what makes Batman so great. That brother ain't afraid of nothing. His why, his reason why is so great, it doesn't even matter what he has to go through. He already said yes from the get-go. He said yes from the get-go. As soon as he put on that mask and dropped down in Gotham and broke 3 dudes' legs, you know, he already had that purpose in him. He already had that why, that big why. I always tell my boy Anthony this. Shouts to Anthony. He's trying to be a pro Valorant player right now. Right now, I seen him on the leaderboard. He top 200, top 300 right now. Shout outs to him. Top 300, 200 NA. That's my boy right there. I feel like I told him that his reason why is going to have to be greater than all the pains he dealt with. For me, I wanted to be a pro gamer as well. I was pretty solid. I wouldn't say I was the best, but I was solid. You know, other higher level players would be like, yo, you got something going on here. Keep going. I wasn't no baby tens or baby shroud or nothing like that. But I was solid. You know, for a normal dude who put in work, you know, I showed a great amount of, intellectual prowess in regards to the game, the ability and desire to learn. You know what I'm saying? My mechanics, in my opinion, were lacking behind. Some people disagree, but I think if you want to be one of the best, you got to be able to perform the best in terms of speed and agility. That's neither here or there. My point being is, your why has to be bigger than the struggles that you have now. Which also ties into the quote, if your why is bigger or big enough than the difficulties, the adversities that you're going through right now, then the ability or the task, the side quest, taking the side quest, the main quest and the sub objective of if you're going through hell, go through it. I forgot the quote. Y'all remember from the last video if you've seen it. If you're going through hell, walk through it. If you're going through hell right now, go through it. I feel like if your why is big enough in those moments, walking through will not be an issue. And for those of you who have that struggle, don't trip. Sometimes your why will get you halfway there, but you may need a new why, for the other half. Because your first why was strong enough to get you farther enough to get you to where most people wouldn't get you, but now you got to beat the other people up there. Your why has to be stronger than those people's whys, either to get you that burst of energy to supersede them faster, or make you last longer so then you can catch up to them. One of the two or both. So, yeah. The key takeaway, because I'm learning how to be more linguistically concise, is that for you, if for those of the people who are similar to me, where they really want to have a family unit, they really want to have a stable mother figure in their family, they really want to be a stable father figure in their family. And let's say if you don't want to have kids, I say I want to have kids sometimes, and sometimes I'm like, I at least want to be a good man. I want to know that I'm a good man first. That requires self-assessment. And you need to have target goals. You need people around you that you look at and you're like, I like that about this guy. I like this about this guy. I like this about this guy. I like his trait of stamina, endurance, grit. I like the fact that this guy is very efficient with his planning. And I like this guy, he doesn't plan at all, which I think is a little crazy, but he always goes through with whatever he wants to do no matter what. And take those and bring it upon you. Same thing with the way you see your loved ones or loved one. You know what I'm saying? I have cousins, sisters that I look up to. Very beautiful and intelligent family members. I look up to these women. They give me so much advice. I have a loved one that I look at romantically, and I care about them a lot. I want to see them succeed. I want to see them pass their classes. I want to see them do well in their classes. They're going through some hard times right now. But I take the traits that I like from that person and the people of the past, and I take those traits, combine them together, and I'm like, that's who I want. something close to that, or someone who's willing to get close to that. Coming up on 10 minutes here. Trying to make sure I'm keeping it short. Guys, as a person who struggles, I don't drink, I don't smoke. No sir. No sir. No sir. But I will be honest, maybe hookah on a holiday. I will say that. Maybe that. But even then, I'm trying to stop that entirely. As a person who struggles with lust and has been battling it very consciously, I think the more you hold yourself and others to a standard, not just yourself, because I feel like when you hold yourself to a standard, yeah, you'll be able to remove people out of your life, especially if you have no ties to them. But when you have a tie to a person, I feel like that's when you need to start having standards for other people that are around you. If you can have both, then it allows you to be like, well, if this person is in my life right now, I need to hold them to this standard, and I want this type of person in my life in the future. Does this person line up with those traits, yes or no? If you want to be a parent, will this person be a great mother to my kids, yes or no? If you want to be a great husband in a relationship, if I'm going to be a great husband, does this woman support or amplify parts of my life that help me become a better man? Because sometimes she doesn't have to be your counterbalance. Sometimes you'll both have the same strengths. Sometimes you'll have complementary strengths rather than counterbalancing. I guess you could say complementary and counterbalancing are a little similar, but I'm trying to use them a little differently. I think you guys see what I'm talking about. If you don't, say I'm confused in the comments. I'll talk some more about it. But yeah, keep those standards and keep those goals for yourself. For my boys, winter is coming. I'm gonna be real with you. I feel like I'm trying my hardest to start my winter arc early. There's a lot of changes that I need to make. I lost a lot of weight. I look too skinny in my opinion. I look way too skinny in my opinion. So we gonna get in that gym. We gonna get in that gym today, just like I did yesterday. I don't care if it's just Stairmaster for 40, not 40 minutes. Whoa, I don't do Stairmaster that slow. I don't care if it's Stairmaster for 5 minutes because I do it on setting 14 on the Matrix machine. If any of y'all can beat that 5 minutes, it's level 14 on the Matrix machine, let me know. Maybe y'all got something better. Do some farmer's carries, get out, do something. Get something done, one step at a time. Do 1% today so you know that you can do at least 1% again tomorrow. And when you feel that spark, go for that 15%. Push yourself. Do it, man. It's worth it. That's all I gotta say, man. Take care of yourselves. Drink your water. God bless. If you're a believer, go pray. Do your salat. Go to church. Go to the mosque. Do what you gotta do. Take care of yourself. For the boys, we got a lot of work to do. At least I think I have a lot of work to do. I love y'all. To my homies who see this, y'all know who you are. I may share this with, who am I going to share it with? Shout outs to Brandon. Shout outs to Jacob, Jamira, Vinny, Andrew, DeAndre, Yasin, Hanny, matter of fact. Yeah, I appreciate all y'all, man. For real. Take care of yourselves.